All right. Good evening, everybody. And how are we all doing this fine August Saturday evening? Hello, Depop, worshipping the Archvile as usual. And thank you very much for Maddock for the 26-month sub that was done during the intro music thing. So won't appear on the board, but thanks very much for the subscription, Maddock. And hello to Big Eye Guy. How are you doing? And hello, Shakar. And I'm doing pretty well, Maddock. I'm doing pretty well. You'll be quitting up while listening. All right. So, welcome to Sweet State 73, the monthly thing I do where I talk about what I've done, what's going to happen, and the state of the channel at the moment. Here's me with a nice new bright summery t-shirt on that I've recently got. So, doing good, mate. Glad it cooled down. I'm glad to hear that, Big Eye Guy. Very glad to hear that. It is the cutie pie. Oh, stop it. So, let us start with, as I always do in these sweet states, the personal situation of my good self. Quite a bit to mention in this part, particularly that's happened in the last 24 hours, actually. I have two films to briefly talk about. I will do them spoiler-free, for the most part, because I know one of these films people are probably still going to be watching. Yes, two films. I have seen literally a film this afternoon, and I saw a film last night. So within under 24 hours, I have watched two films, which has been great because it's pretty much the only. Oh, thank you very much for the Prime sub Shakar for the 28 months. Much appreciated. That means, of course, you can continue to use all the channel emotes and remains advertisement free on my channel, watching my channel. Apparently, I can't write anything DNW. Yes, I will talk about that in a moment. But that's the one I went to see today, this afternoon. I have quite a bit to say on that one. Last time I noticed I couldn't do the cherry. Ah, yes, the important one, of course. So, obviously, at the moment, I am on a summer break from work for 6 weeks, this being the second week. That runs until September the 2nd, so I've got the whole of August off from work, and 6 weeks of downtime. I have not that many plans at the moment for a reason I will state in a minute. But I'm getting on with doing some things. I will have some stuff to do, and I will be keeping busy. But one of the things that I had to deal with right away was a dentist appointment, which I did talk about in the last Sweet State, and I probably mentioned before that in the previous one, maybe, I can't remember. But there was an up-and-coming dentist appointment that I had to have where I got my front teeth sorted. So, as you can see, my teeth now have got some resin, some composite on the front two teeth. Last time you have seen me do that, you have seen them look very disintegrated because they were chipping away a bit. So they had some resin, and now I've got this nice, big, slightly different smile. Wow, this car was so quick I didn't have to even do anything. Thank you for that. You went here for teeth. Yeah, so I had that done. I had my fillings done on my front teeth, and I had something down here that was a bit of decay that had to be taken care of. It was booked in for 3 hours, but surprisingly, it only took an hour and a half. An hour and a half, I was done in one sitting. I just sort of sat there, and they did all the things, and I thought, oh, we're halfway done. Guess I want a break soon. And it's like, nah, you finished. That's it. Hour and a half. Thanks. it's like, okay, cool. Much less time than I thought. We don't want the best viewers. Give us the cutest viewers or most annoying which area something to do. They don't seem to offer those. They offer the cheap viewers, the best viewers, or free viewers, but never offer those kind of viewers. It's never those. We ought to get on those bot programs and tell them to cater to our individual tastes. Well, that's a Twitch problem, isn't it? So, yeah, unfortunately, the price for getting this nice smile back is I had to pay about £1,500 for it. I had combined with a deposit and then paying on the day. It was a bit expensive. In fact, the price I paid in total was just over a month's wage. I get paid about $1,300 a month, and I just paid a month's wage and a little bit extra to get my teeth sorted. So, teeth are fucking expensive. Well, they are when you're private, and when you have to have some serious work done. I used to be an NHS dentist, but that became emergency only, so I pretty much lost out on the ability to have checkups at all, and private is the way things are going in this country at the moment. But anyway, I digress. I paid a lot of money, my teeth are fine, and now, teeth sorted, now for the rest of you. Hey, Drauken, how's it going? Well, I'm getting on that. I'm getting on the rest of me being sorted. I'm going to show you. So yeah, that's kind of given me the incentive to actually do some poker stuff to try and get that money back, because I really don't want to make a lot of big splashy spendings for this decade. I'm trying to sell it for a house so I can do my own shit in the future. So I don't really want a six-pack implant, to be honest. I'm not really interested in that kind of body thing. I'll just be happy with a body that is thin and goes the distance when I get older. So yeah, very expensive dentist thing happened, but it was pretty smooth sailing, and aside from the cost, it was a good deed done. A six-pack of beers, yeah, that's true. So yeah, that was on actually on Monday. Christ, it's the second week already. I thought it actually happened on Monday because I had to wait a little bit. I couldn't get it done first day of the summer break like I wanted to. I had to wait, but anyway. Yeah, what do you want to crush people's heads? I don't want to do that when I feel comfortable. So yeah, that happened. I also have had my family over from July the 25th to the 29th, which is why I had that small little streaming break in the first week of the summer, because my sister and the fiance and my nephew and my niece came over for a few days, and it was really nice to spend some time with them when we got to see them. Got to spend a day with him. We took him out, and well, yeah, I did do. And it was good. It was a good few days. I did get a streaming on Sunday because they took the kids off to visit some friends somewhere for a night, so I did manage to get that 2v8 stream out. But apart from that, it was a bit of another small streaming break after the Euro streaming break. But that's it for streaming breaks for the foreseeable future. Hello, Xbox Clown. How's it going? So that was nice. I got to see my niece for the first time. She is adorable. Quite a bit chubby, but very adorable. Big smiley eyes, big smile, very cute and adorable. Been showing like 4 months old, so you know, at that age, very adorable. Baby fat. Of course, she's adorable. Stop it. So yeah, that happened. And also, last month, I finally quit Twitter, which you saw me do live on the Sweet State, where I actually deactivated my account. And I'm here to say that it's been a month now, and I have absolutely not regretted it. The only thing that felt a little odd on the first day or two after I did it was not having to post my stream on a different place other than my Discord and Doom World when it's a Doom stream. I don't have an OnlyFans yet. But honestly, it felt like a very natural thing to do. Like I'd been building it up for quite a while, and I did it, and I didn't miss it at all. And I kind of wish I'd done it a lot sooner, to be honest. I don't miss anything about that kind of social media stuff, and it's just awful. You quit Facebook for your main account there. At some point I stopped using it. Yeah, I just can't be bothered. I mean, I have Discord, I guess. That's fine. Discord is more controllable with the servers and whatnot. I'm happy with that. I don't really need a wider social media. I'm happy to just do my thing, and if people like it, they stumble in and stick around for a bit, and if they're not, well, the world goes on. Yeah, you have to. For advertising, you kind of have to delve into it, and that sucks. But I don't have to do any of that. I mean, maybe a few years ago when I was trying to set the streaming up as a second mini job where I could make a bit of extra money, yes, the social media was useful. I mean, I did used to have a Reddit account, but I didn't use it that much, and honestly, I've let it probably rot. But now I don't really care about that. I'm not really bothered about trying to push this channel as a source for making lots of money and becoming like a part-time streamer where I make a bit of cash on the side. Those days have come and gone. I had a bit of a run at it, and it happened, and it's come and gone, and now I'm just happy to stream for fun and, make the odd 50, £60 here or there when I can, but it's not really the big investment it was a couple of years ago, and I don't need the social media crap. So I don't regret it at all. I honestly, I'm very glad I did, and now I'm completely off of it, so I can just, very barely use it anyway. I only use it to advertise streams and boards. That's it. So yeah, other than that, my summer situation is, planning stuff to do. There's going to be a lot of casino visits for poker. I'll talk a bit more about that in the poker section. But one thing so far the first 2 weeks have been alright. The weather has been mostly quite nice. Hope it stays that way going into the rest of August. I'm going to be trying to do a lot of things, so I'm nice and rested and I have a lot of fun and I can look back on the summer with a lot of fondness. And part of that is I went to see 2 films very recently. I will talk about so yesterday evening I went out to watch, and this is why I didn't do the co-op with Draukin and Sage. I went out to watch Twisters, which had been made aware of a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh, Twisters. Are those films with beards in them? One of them might have a few beards in it. The other one may have a beard or two. I can't remember if many people had massive beards in Twisters or not. But yeah, I mean, it's like Twisters is like a sort of, I guess, a sequel, but not really. A follow-up, I guess you could call it, to the 1996 film Twister, which was a big deal at the time. I remember when that was hot shit back in 96. I went to see it in cinemas, got the tape, loved Tornadoes. That was probably the film that got me into Twisters, if anything. I have watched the first scene of Twisters, but turned it off because it was so cringe. Yeah, I kind of get what you mean. Like, the protagonists are a bit, not the same as the cast of the original, but it was okay. I like Twister. I don't know how many of you have watched the original Twister with Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt. It's a good film. It's got a lot of charm to it. It's about storm chasers, and it's decent enough film. It was big special effects at the time with the Twisters. It will obviously not look as good nowadays, but there's a lot of heart and soul in the film. And I like Twister a lot. Like I said, it's what got me into probably watching other things about tornadoes and storm chasing, and I've always had this slight fascination with tornadoes ever since because of that. Okay. I still haven't watched that film. Just till dawn. But Twisters is like a sort of, I mean, obviously I won't spoil what happens in case anyone wants to watch Twisters, but I mean, I don't really. I mean, the main thing I will say is that if you've watched Twister and you watch Twisters, Twisters essentially kind of just does the same things as Twister does, but a little bit differently. it's not exactly like for like, but it does a lot of the same story points and events happen. It's basically just Twister, but again, mostly, which was fine. I didn't mind that. It was an okay film. It was an alright film overall. The original film had more chemistry and more heart and soul and better music. But Twisters was okay. It was an alright film, and it was an interesting choice to do as a build another film on top of it, but I think it was handled respectfully. You never really explored the movie niche about natural disasters. I'd recommend going to watch the original Twister. It's a good film, really good story, interesting parts in it. I didn't the OG had actual stars. I don't think the guy who played Tyler Owens in Twisters was the best actor of the bunch. He was pretty good. He was like the star of the show. But yeah, the OG, you had Bill Paxton, you had fucking Helen Hunt. You had Dustin Hoffman as well. I can't remember. You had a lot of. It was a very star packed, and it was really really good. It was like the summer blockbuster of '96, and it was good. I still remember fondly that scene where Dusty like revs up the Deep Purple Child in Time with the old VHS tape player and the concert on it, going down, bumping down the dusty road to Child in Time. That was just so cool and iconic as a scene, and also the scene with the cinema where the tornado attacks at night and you have The Shining playing and Jack Nicholson's head with the axe scene as the Twister is ripping away this giant screen, and you got Jack Nicholson's head as like the face of the tornado for a moment. It was just really cool, set pieces all the way through the film, and a decent story to boot. That being the original Twister. I'm not going to spoil Twisters. Twisters doesn't quite hit those kind of heights, honestly, but it's okay. The character of Kate's mom, played by Maria Tierney, she was an interesting character for a few minutes when she showed up. The mom character was kind of a little bit of an interesting one. It has hurricanes in it. Yeah, I mean, it was decent enough. I would say it was a respectful sort of like reimagining of Twister. I mean, it wasn't full of shoehorned crap. They barely really even reference the original film. There's one reference at the beginning, and that's it. The rest of it is just carried by the film itself, which is nice. It's not like they shoehorned in Helen Hunt to show up for 5 minutes or something. So, yeah, the curse of Cain is very real. We could do a documentary on that. If he goes his whole career without winning anything, they can do a documentary. But yeah, Twisters was okay. It was an alright film. I didn't mind seeing it. It was very average. However, this afternoon, I went to see a film that was anything but average. A few hours ago, I went to see Deadpool and Wolverine, which is the big summer blockbuster of this year, and rightfully so. There was even a fucking signpost outside the View Cinema. I went to see an afternoon showing, and there was a big sign outside saying, "This film is a 15. You need ID to watch this film." As if they knew like a bunch of kids would come and watch it. Like, oh yeah, we're going to have over 12-year-olds and young kids dying to see Deadpool and Wolverine, which is a 15. I'm pretty sure a few of them were in anyway. They probably just put it out there for the sake of legal shit or whatever, but they knew like, whatever, if anyone's going to bring about 3 of the kids in to watch Deadpool and Wolverine, they're more than welcome to. Everyone's going to fucking watch it. And now I can finally talk about it, but again, I will avoid spoilers. I really don't want to in one case, but I feel I should, because this film, all I'm going to say is right now, go watch this film. Especially if you have ever been a fan of the superhero genre from back in the 90s or the 2000s. Go watch this film right now. Stop what you're doing. Go watch the film. You will not regret it. It is brilliant entertainment. That is my thoughts. See what happened to a superhero movie. You don't go, yeah, exactly, Depop, exactly. I never watched The Boys, but I believe it fell off a cliff at some point. But the film is so like Deadpool and Wolverine is like if you watch Deadpool 1 and Deadpool 2, it's kind of stuff you'd expect from that. But in a way, this film felt like a poignant tribute to. Oh, what's this? Oh, I'll just answer this message. Sorry. Sorry, I just responding to my friend who just I went to see the film with. There we go. Okay. Well, I've not watched any of it, so I can't really say. I just go off what I hear from my Critical Drinkers channel when they talk about it occasionally or whatever. But can't really say. Can't really say. Um, but yeah, um, the film itself was like a big sort of tribute to. Um, I mean, you got Jensen Ackles and Carl Evans. It can't be anything less than good. It's like Deadpool and Wolverine was like a huge tribute to like all the like the particularly the old Fox X Men films and all those films that came out, but a little bit before that as well. I guess like a tribute to the whole superhero genre in general. I think, but particularly the Fox stuff, like the X Men and Fantastic Four and the other stuff that they tried to do in the 2000s. It absolutely does have a stab at the terrible MCU, which is fucking awful these days. Used to be so good until Endgame, and it just went off a cliff. But this was like a tribute to before then, like the 2000s, back when Bryan Singer was doing the first X-Men back in 1999. I went to see that at the time. It was a massive deal. I used to love the X-Men comics. I don't read comics anymore, but I loved the X Men back then. It was so cool to see a movie based on that. And then like I watched the X Men trilogy, and that was the gateway to some other superhero films. Not all of them were great, but some were awesome. And yeah, well, the modern ones suck, but there was a time when the Marvel films were actually decent, or at least entertaining, especially when they started out. And honestly, Deadpool and Wolverine is kind of like a fond farewell to the superhero movies genre, I feel. That's what I take away from it. Aside from also fourth wall breaking and kicking the shit out of the terrible MCU, it also paid tribute to the superhero genre and the heroes of the past. And there were some very interesting cameos. I really want to talk about one in particular, but I don't want to spoil it. But let's just say there are some interesting cameos in the film. The film itself is entertainment. It's probably not the deepest writing, but it's entertaining. So I didn't care. I loved it. The action scenes were great. There was gore, well executed fight sequences. The humor was, as in the other Deadpools, to be fair. Some of it's a bit cringe, but when it hits well. There's some good humor in there. That's what I've always liked about the Deadpool films. They're just this really anti-hero, fourth wall breaking humor stuff, which I loved about it. That's why I loved the first Deadpool. The second Deadpool was not as good, but it was still okay. This one was really good, really just fantastic team up of Hugh Jackman nails it as like Wolverine again. Ryan Reynolds is Ryan Reynolds. Pretty passionate about Deadpool, just really good stuff. Yeah, we all like this film. I think of the three, I consider it to be the best. I just like the nostalgia to the old superhero films. Like, I very rarely get emotional or shed a tear when I watch a movie, but at the end of that film, I was crying a little bit because it just reminded me of all these happy memories of watching like the original X-Men and seeing the superhero genre. I remember all that. I remember like, wow, X-Men, cool, X-Men 2, oh my god, you've got fucking Ian McKellen as fucking Magneto and Patrick Stewart as Professor Xavier and all these cool characters. It's so good. You know, like really a lot of happy memories of all the heroes and stuff like that. And it was really, really cool. You know, like, again, it's probably not the smartest film, but it doesn't matter. It's entertaining. It's entertainment. It doesn't have to be, well, it doesn't have to be, like, intelligent. The MCU's a fucking joke anyway. Make it entertaining, and it is. It nails being an entertaining film. You need to watch it. Especially if you're a fan of, like, those older films. You love Deadpool and Wolverine. It is so good. So very fucking good at what it does. You know, it takes the Mickey out of itself in the right ways, and it was just fantastic. Oh god, I really want to mention one cameo. I really want to mention it though. I really do. But I don't think I should. I think I should just leave it quiet and let you all discover it because I was never expecting that cameo and him to just be playing the role again. Incredible, you know. I expected him to do some cameos of like some other characters from the past, which you get quite a few actually, but him, just wow, blew my mind. And I had to check it was actually the same actor, and holy shit, it was him. It was him. And he killed it. And it just like, I remember watching the trilogy for that and being like, well, I don't remember the third one so much, but I remember the first two being fucking awesome. I may need to rewatch them actually. Again, I'm deliberately not saying the name of the character, but well, he even fucking revisits one of his classic lines from the movies as well in a different way. It's just so good. It's a goofy plot. It's all over the place, but it's not Scooby Doo. I don't want to mention it because again, there's probably some people who still haven't watched this film. I mean, people have been talking about this film in other Twitch chats. I don't want to be that guy that spoils it for you guys. I mean, I don't know how many of you have watched Deadpool and Wolverine who are in the chat right now, or six of you at the moment. But yeah, go and watch Deadpool and Wolverine. If you've ever liked a superhero film, go and watch it. It is really good. You know, I that might well be the last good film that comes out of Marvel Studios. That might well be it. I don't think they're going to do anything better than that. You know, we had Logan. I consider Logan to still be the best Marvel film ever because it's such a mature and interesting look at the series. I consider Deadpool and Wolverine to be a fine farewell to the genre, honestly. And they're not going to do anything like that. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is going to try and flounder desperately for relevance, and it's just going to fucking collapse. Robert Downey Jr. isn't going to save the MCU. It'll just slowly fade away as people just get fed up with superhero films and just move on to something else. So I think that in my sense, you know, this was a fond farewell. Thank you for the memories of all these great superhero films of the past. We will remember you. Let's move on to something else. Hey, Pineapple. So it's the big announcement news of this week's statement. I'm now subscribed for 69 months and the first to do so on this channel. No, but it can be if you want. If you wish to declare it. Proudly, I guess. No, we're just talking about my sort of thoughts on Deadpool and Wolverine, which I went to watch this afternoon. And thank you for the 69 bits. I'm now 69 cents richer. Alongside the generous 500 from Lord Misfit a few days ago. Yeah, I'm not spoiling it. I'm deliberately not saying anything. All I say is that if you've ever liked a superhero film, Pineapple, go watch the film. Go watch it right now. It absolutely lives up to the hype. It is. I don't understand all the stuff about the TVA. I don't know who the fuck they are. I stopped watching Marvel after. But the TVA is not a spoiler, by the way. It's in the trailer. I never actually. After Endgame, I stopped watching Marvel films because they went down a really... because I felt that Endgame was a good end point. And then they started making a bunch of crap films with The Message, and I lost interest in that stuff. Yeah, I figured that. That's the first time I've heard of them. again, I've not watched any Marvel thing after Endgame. I didn't watch a lot of Marvel stuff around Endgame. I'd watched the Avengers films, and I watched the odd little thing here and there. I think Doctor Strange might have been the last non-Avengers film I watched. And Doctor Strange is okay. The first one. Yeah, it's some wokey. I never watched any of the TV series. I don't intend to watch any of the TV series or any of the films. As far as I'm concerned, Marvel's dead. Star Wars is dead. Disney is dead. Please just fuck off. You've ruined everything. Deadpool Wolverine is probably the last good thing that will come out of it, and it's just going to be a lot of floundering and flapping around until it just runs out of oxygen and chokes. But that's just me. Did I ever watch Waking Life? I think that's still on a list somewhere. And no, I haven't watched it. I know you suggested it to me, I remember. Because I know we talked about this when I was playing the Talos Principle too, didn't you? If I remember. I think that's why it came up in the first place. Yeah. No, I didn't get around to watch that. There's quite a few films I need to get around to watch, and maybe I'll try and do that over the summer as well in a couple of nights, but we'll see. But yeah, it's absolutely brilliant, Pineapple. And some of the cameos, there was one cameo in particular, I absolutely blew me off my feet. I did not expect them to use him in that film. And oh my god, it just got me thinking, I need to watch the original films again. I might even watch one of them tonight. If perhaps I don't have a copy of it, but I'll find one. I fucking need to get it back. I'm saying nothing more on that. I don't want to spoil it. I've said nothing about the cameos. I just said the cameos are cool. There's one in particular that is absolutely you will not expect. The humor is good. The story is a bit wacky and all over the place, but it doesn't matter. It's entertaining. It doesn't have to be deep or serious. It just has to be entertaining, which it is. And it's really well executed. It's great stuff. Good acting performances. You know, we don't go watch Deadpool for deep stuff. You watch Deadpool because it's fourth wall breaking and it's hilarious. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on those things. So I also talked a bit about Twisters. Less to say on that one. So now I'm going to talk about stuff that's happening on the channel over summer as we go for the summer. So I do have my next streaming projects ready to go, pretty much, as far as I can tell. And Ward Misfit will be curious on this if he shows up whenever. So, as you know, I have been doing this thing where I've been doing a Doom-related thing and a non-Doom-related thing and alternating between them. And that's going to continue for now until I decide to change it for whatever reason. So the next thing that's going to be coming up is Doom-wise. I am going to be playing. Actually, I think I might just show you what I want to play, so I can get a little peek at it. What's coming up? So let me just drag this here, and we'll just get the little view cam over here for a minute. Flick around a little bit. I mean, I have talked about both of these before, but this is the sweet state. I get to recap it again because it's going to be relevant because I'm going to be playing them over August. So, for the Doom-related thing, I am going to be playing through a mod. And this mod is Corruption Cards, which is a mod that quite a few of you have asked me to play for quite a while, of course. Especially Ward Misfit, but quite a few of you have mentioned about how good Corruption Cards is. You should play it with Maps of Chaos. Yeah, you'll love this. Must be Dark Tartarus too. Hello, Serious Cacodemon. Where every third level your fate is sealed. OG maps with some expansion. Very good. Well, the idea for this playthrough is I will be playing it with Ultimate Doom, where I plan to go through all 4 episodes, even enduring E4's tough start in E4 M6. But I'm going to go through the whole of Ultimate Doom with corruption cards, and we'll be playing it with the standard deck because I've never played corruption cards before. So this allows for continuous play. What, between episodes? I didn't actually know that. So that means all the cards will apply, will they? Wow, that's going to be interesting. Oh boy. Yes, there are different modes in this. There's obviously Hardcore, Chaos, Collector, Daily Challenge, Custom, Master. But we'll be playing Standard because I've never played it before. You should get a prompt asking if you want to continue after running the current episodes. Oh, that's nice. The OG levels feel quite different with this enabled, and different every time it is. Yeah, so the idea for this will be I will be playing through the Vanilla Doom experience from episodes 1 to 4. I guess doing it continuously is nice. The difference here, however, is obviously we'll be playing with a regular deck. I mean, there are different decks as well, apparently, which you can play for whatever. So, obviously the idea is, every time, just a brief overview, I will go over this again when I start playing it, is every time you play a level, you get a choice of 3 cards, and that card modifies stuff. Yeah. Skull count on each card indicates difficulty. Alright, don't tell me too much stuff. There we are. You can also pick hard mode. Several options you cannot choose a card, but you do default first. Yeah, I'm going to do default. Now, the thing is that for this playthrough, I'm going to let the Twitch chat decide every single card. So whenever I come to the start of the level, I will be getting the Twitch chat to pick 1, 2, or 3. And that card will be the one that I pick after a brief vote. So for the entirety of the playthrough, the chat will be able to control my destiny. Hardcore. Yeah, I'm just play on standard because it's my first time playing. Obviously, if I revisit it, I could try different modes or whatever, but I'm just going to play on standard since it's my first time. Yeah, so it's going to be done entirely via the chat. I'm not going to have any input into the input of the game. It'll be all up to the chat, so whatever will be, will be. And that's what's going to happen. So it will be episodes 1 to 4 of Ultimate Doom with corruption cards. So that is the plan for that. Oh, I believe so. But that's why people want me to play it. They want to see the chaos for myself. Chaos mode puts you to mercy RNG hardcore. No, that's up to the chat. We'll see how generous the chat wants to be. There are so many effects that don't require many playthroughs to find them all. Well, if I like it, maybe I will do more playthroughs. But the intention is to play through Vanilla Doom with it, and then after that, move on to the next thing. Maybe revisiting it in the future. I do have another ambitious mod I want to take a look at as well later down the line. Chat is never generous. Never ever. I'll have some faith, Shakar. They might be pennies. We'll see. We'll see how we feel. Maybe if I sweeten the chat up beforehand, it might be generous. So, that's the Doomblade thing I'll be doing over the next few weeks. Now, the other thing I'll be doing is I will be playing... I might just... I'm pretty sure I've shown the trailer for this before, but I'm going to show it again. Just so that people are kind of aware of... So once again, I'm going to be showing this trailer. This is the non-Doom-weighted thing I'll be playing, which is Hooked on You, which is a visual novel game based on Dead by Daylight, where, yes, you can date killers, all 4 of them. And it was scary chasing. So this is what I'm going to be in for. Don't anger the spirit. I mean, the game itself is done by people who've made some other interesting visual novels, so I believe there's going to be a decent amount of comedy and stuff in there. But this is very much based on the Dead by Daylight universe. This is not the only game. Well, I'll talk more about that next month, I think. The casting of Frank Stone. It's coming out in September. But yeah, a dating sim. There you go. So that is the next other game I'll be playing. Oh, it doesn't shrink down. It's a bit weird. There we go. Very fucking cute though. It's so fucking cursed though. So yeah. Now obviously, that's gonna be a killer date. Tears will flow. She'll tear your heart out your bed. Put blood, sweat, and tears into that stream. Now, before I went on my small streaming break for the family, I did put a poll up for everyone to vote on. Now, obviously, I've already declared the results of this poll. I'm just doing this for the sake of the sweets date again, in case some people haven't already seen it. So, you got to vote between one of the 4 killers that you can date in the game. You can vote between the Trapper, the Wraith, the Huntress, and the Spirit. Now, I wanted the Spirit because the Spirit is cute in the gothic way with the hair and the hat and the katana and all that shit. But that is not what the chat voted for. Instead, with 9 total votes, the Huntress was the winner. I honestly expected some of you to vote one of these two. So we had 5 votes for the Huntress, 2 for the Spirit, 1 for the Trapper, and 1 for the Wraith. So the Huntress will be the mulberry bush that I go after in Hooked on You. I can only imagine Shakar was one of those people who voted. I didn't actually vote at all in this poll. That would have been weird. No, I never voted. So it was 9 different people. You were the first one. And the Huntress was popular, so I will be dating the Huntress trying to date the Huntress. I guessing you could probably fail at this endeavor, with her thick thighs and throwing of hatchets. So yeah, thanks to everyone who voted, and that's what I'll be doing in that game. Boop. There we go. When I play it, so that will also be starting quite shortly. It won't be tomorrow, though. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing the Ironmans. I should probably actually mention I do know what the Ironman is. I'm trying to take care of my business as early as I can this month so that I have a bit more flexibility to do things for the rest of the month. But the Ironman is already out. The Ironman League. The Iron Eagle... Actually, I'll say that I hope to do the Ironmans tomorrow, but the Iron Eagle's not out yet. And if it's not out, then I'll do something else. I might do the playtest tomorrow if it's not available, because I do have a playtest stream to do as well. So I might take care of that tomorrow. So if the Iron Eagle's not ready by tomorrow evening, I will do playtesting, and if it is, then I'll do the Ironmans, and then the playtesting will be after that. I'm taking care of all my business at the front of the month, and then the rest of the month will just be the projects and me spending time playing poker. So yeah, the Ironman is Overboard, which is the Moldy map set that came out also in 2022. I remember playing that when it first came out. It was great. Loved it. Moldy's Overboard. So, who's going to make a dating game about John's chat regulars? Imagine people will be gained by the first week and down New Game Plus. Yeah, that's probably about right. I mean, there is a tricky spot or two in the first run through, but New Game Plus is where Moldy really ramps the difficulty. The first New Game Plus map will probably kill a lot of people. That's probably where I'm expecting to die as well, to be honest. But who knows? I mean, I'd like to put in a good performance on this one because I liked Overboard. It was a good map set, and Modi did. It was really cool. I hope to show some of it off again. The Eyed Eagle is supposed to be coming out at some point in the next few days. Fingers crossed it'll be ready by tomorrow. If not, I'll wait until whenever it's done. So yeah, that's gonna be. Pardon me. That's gonna be that. So yeah, that's pretty much. But aside from that, aside from me doing the Iron Man / playtesting tomorrow and Monday, get them out the way, get them done, so my monthly stuff is completed. The rest of the month, streaming wise, is going to be alternating between Corruption Cards and Hooked on You. So that should be a fun summer. You know, Hooked on You is a summery game, so that should be good, and Corruption Cards should be fun as well. Hopefully. So that's that. And then next month, when it's September, I'm going to be starting to plan for Spooktober. Spooktober planning is on the cards, but that's next month, I should say. Sorry, I should probably clarify that. That's next month. Obviously thinking a little bit ahead, but yeah, there's a. Just letting you know that obviously the Spooktober is pretty much my favourite month, and I'm looking forward to the Customary Gamer. You still think arbitrarily only playing horror games in September is the silliest thing ever? Well, I'm not just going to play horror games just in October, but I like October because I like the thematic month of playing horror games during it, and it's fun for me. You know, but one thing that is coming out that I probably might not wait till Spooktober to play is this. I have shown this trailer before, but this is something else that's coming out that's Dead by Daylight related.
In the summer of 1980, in the depths of an abandoned steel
You're making up characters for the dating scene about the chat. Okay.
An evil lies dormant, waiting to be unleashed.
Yo, coming?
Yeah.
The footage was thought to be lost. It now resurfaces
Get off me!
for the first time.
What is it?
Evil comes for all. A Christine Gordon film
Check it.
starring Jaime Rivera and Christine Gordon with Linda Castle, Robert Green, and Bonnie Rivera.
We gotta get out of this place. We gotta get out of here right now. We gotta go.
Dare you enter Murder Mill?
And cut. I think we got it.
The film is legendary. I heard it was only screened a few times, and each time the audience flew into a rabid, murderous rage. The CIA's got this secret lab called the Larry Memorial Institute where they use it for enhanced interrogation.
That's the Dead by Daylight reference. The Larry's Memorial is the Doctor's map. I guess that. But yeah, the main thing to. But yeah, the main thing to note is it's coming out on September the 3rd, so that's like the first fucking proper day back at work for me. Also, the Plunderer's Instinct, nice reference to the perk. So this is a game that is done by Supermassive, who also were responsible for Until Dawn, and I think The Quarry as well. And it's kind of like one of the... No, this is not a Dead by Daylight expansion. This is a standalone game by Supermassive Games. I think I got that right. Who did Supermassive, who did Until Dawn, and it's kind of a similar game to that, where it's a story where you can do different paths and stuff like that. It's going to be set in the Dead by Daylight universe to some extent. I mean, you heard Weary's Memorial get a mention there. That is the Doctor's map in the base game. I think the Macmillan Estate, the Mills, the Trapper's Domain is also part of it. One of the maps in Dead by Daylight actually has a murder mill poster and some footage which I think is based off the game as well. And yeah, this is apparently going to be the first of quite a few games. There's another game that's coming out that's a 4-player co-op thing that someone else is coming out with. It's also based on the Dead by Daylight universe. I mean, obviously Dead by Daylight is trying to expand. There's a movie coming out, which will probably be next year, I suspect. There's even a rumor that Nicolas Cage might be involved as the Blight in that, but we don't know. I say I won't be surprised if Nicolas Cage was involved in the film somehow. But yeah, this is a game I'd be interested in playing. Until Dawn is a game that apparently is quite good with its adventure, and this is I like Dead by Daylight. The crossover could be interesting. It comes out in September, so I might not wait until Spooktober to play this. I might play this. And the keyword is I might. I haven't decided fully yet. But it will be up for consideration for playing at some point. It depends. I'm not going to pre-order it, though. I'm going to wait and see what it's like. Maybe get a few reactions and then maybe dive in after that. But yeah, that is a game I've got my eye on for Spooktober. There are others as well. Quite a few I could consider. But I'll really go more into that in September when I'll start putting out a list of games I intend to play. I mean, obviously there will be some other things I'd want to consider for, Spooktober, other games. This being another one I would like to have a go at finally playing. I should have wanted to play this last year, but I didn't. I don't know why I decided to show this, but I'm just giving you an idea of the kind of games I am considering at the moment. And this came out last year, so... And this is basically just Junji Ito the game. So, very hyped for that. Absolutely right up my alley in the kind of games I'd want to play. And of course there's quite a few others as well. There's all kinds of things that I want to take a look at. It also absolutely kills the Twitch video we go to. The only thing that turns me off is a deluxe edition. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff that I could have a look at. So, there's many games that I could consider taking a look at. So, yeah, that gives you an idea, but that's more of a thought for September, really, when I'll be planning out for Spooktober, my annual spooky games fest, where I just play nothing but horror games for the entire month and embrace the season. Right now it's summer, and I'm going to be playing Corruption Cards and Hooked on You. So yeah, that gives you an idea of what I'm going to do over the summer. The next thing I'm going to talk about is poker. Unsurprisingly. That is a fun game. I think it's incomes. Oh yeah, Still Wakes the Deep. That's the thing that's out, isn't it? Of course. Of course. Get the fuck out of here. I don't know why I'm putting my little camera here when I keep fucking popping the window out. I'm not actually focusing the camera and won't be doing it again in a minute anyway. I'll just leave it over here. So yeah, I've got a lot of poker planned for the summer period. Obviously, I have a regional final to look forward to on September the 1st, which is the last day of the summer break. I get to play another regional final again to get another shot at going to Las Vegas if I win. Obviously, last time I finished 12th out of 197 people, so I did pretty good. My best performance in a Red Tooth regional final, and hoping to do one better on September the 1st. I do have a national final to look forward to in October at some point, but I don't know when that is at the moment, and I'll know more probably nearer the time. But aside from that, the main thing I want to try and do over this summer is I want to go into a casino quite a bit. I mean, you have heard me say I've been to a few casino games. There's the £20 game where I came 6th and won £60. There was the £60 game where I kind of blew away my stack too early and didn't really do anything. That was a fun playthrough from what I saw of it, Maddock. So the general idea is I'm going to want to spend quite a bit of time in the casino getting some practice at playing poker at a casino level. And the incentive, obviously, is I've just paid for a dentist surgery. I want that money back. I want to make a big score of like £800, £1,000, £1,200, stuff like that, Try and earn some of that money back and prove that I can compete at the casino level. Because playing in the casino is different from playing in the pubs and stuff that I have been playing. And if I play well enough, then I could take home some decent money. I mean, I could, in some games, buy in for £50 or £60 and walk away with my month's wage in one night. Which would be bonkers to think about, Imagine I play poker for one evening and come on with my month's wage or more than that. Who would have known it was Family John's teeth that caused the gap? Now, I've wanted to do this for a while, Maddock. This isn't the teeth is an incentive, a short-term incentive, but I've said even before then, I wanted to try and, I've been playing poker a tad more seriously for a couple of years. And I want to just take myself to the next level and start playing these casinos games, start trying to make these cashes, start trying to see if I'm cut out for it at this level. And there's quite a few games on over the next few weeks that I can attend. Now, these games will obviously be on Mondays and Tuesday nights and Friday nights and Saturday nights and Sunday nights. Means that some streaming nights will be me playing in a casino instead of streaming. So I might not be super busy on the streaming front all summer, but I am going to be going to a casino quite a few times and seeing how I do. I want to see if I can turn my hobby into something where I can occasionally make a little bit of, money back from. I wish all the poker could skill in the world, but just imagine how much I could win sounds like a slippery slope. Well, you don't have to worry about that with me. I mean, I'm fairly sensible when it comes to money, honestly. It's why I don't play in the cash games. It's why I don't really gamble at all. It'll just be tournaments. I prefer just to play the tournament games. I don't intend to chase losses or do something stupid like that. I'm just seeing how I do, I mean, I'm not exactly poor, but it'd be nice if I could occasionally play a poker tournament and do well enough to come home with some extra money. Because the brutal truth is that with the job profession I've currently chosen, I don't make a lot of money. And I never will. So I need something on the side to supplement that. And it could well be that if I do okay at poker, maybe every so often I'll take home a decent score, and that will help. Yes, I've proven I can play poker to some degree. It's just a case of, can I go to a casino, buy in for £40, and walk away with first place some of the time, or a decent cash payout? How will I do? I don't know. And until I start playing these games regularly, getting that casino experience, playing at a different level in more serious games, I don't know how I'll do. I might not do anything. But until I try, I will never know. I've already proven I can get to a final table in a casino game, as was proven with that £20 game. So I know I have some resolve and discipline and ability. But can I do it consistently is the question. Yes, I have good discipline and money management. So that's going to be kind of the plan for a good chunk of the next 4 weeks. Although there will be some streaming nights, some nights I will be going to a casino because they'll all be at night, and I will be maybe coming back late sometimes, maybe 2 or 3 in the morning, hopefully with some extra money in my pocket. I might get to see a £50 note for the first time. I don't think I've ever held a £50 note in my hands before. The professional poker player I knew actually did make money off of it, but there were players who were a lot better than him, and it stayed that way. And there was a lot of stress. So we finally quit Las Vegas and won my test. Oh, don't get me wrong, I don't intend to become a professional poker player. Oh no, I'm not going to do that. I'm way too late for that bandwagon, and I have no interest in doing nothing but playing poker every single day. My interest at this stage is, do I have enough poker skills to occasionally make win a cash prize playing in a poker tournament? Not all the time, just every so often. Maybe like once a month, maybe I get like an extra £200 or something like that. And I said if I can get the top places, I could be taking home literally a sum equivalent to my monthly wage, which would absolutely be worth it. I don't intend to play any super massive, big, costly tournaments either. At this point, the kind of tournaments I'm looking to play in are like £20, £40, £50, £60 max. Making sure it's not that expensive. I can afford it. I can take the shots. And it'd be certainly nice if I could get some of my money back from the dentist thing, But if I don't, at least I will then have had the experience. I'll have learnt some things along the way, I'm sure, as well. What would you like to see as your minimum qualification for allowing yourself to enter such a tournament? Like, do you have some metric on your overall skill, or do you go by gut feeling? Metric? I don't really know. I just know that I've studied. I'm not like super duper studying everything. I'm still learning some stuff, but I have like a decent feel for the game. I can occasionally pull off bluffs now, and I have a decent grasp for how the game is played, and I can make good decisions sometimes when I can keep my tilt under control. And until I start playing at the casino level regularly, I don't know what my skill level is in a casino environment. I do not know. I don't think there is. I don't think there is an equivalent. I mean, maybe there's like a going up the stakes, I guess, where you would buy into bigger tournaments if you are able to afford to do so. And obviously, if you're playing in pricier tournaments, you expect typically better players. But I think that's more of a cash game thing, to be honest. Where if you play cash games as you go up for the stakes, you will encounter better players. In tournaments, I'm not as sure. It'll probably exist. I would probably certainly expect the casino games to be more taxing and skillful than the pub games I play. I have under no illusions I'm going to be learning quite a few things playing in these casino matches, but I think I could do all right. And having played in a £20 game and again finished 6th in the first time, I know that I can sort of get there. I mean, my goal for these visits over the summer will be, can I cash out in maybe one or two of them? Can I do well? Does it feel like I could compete at this level? You know, am I able to feel like I belong doing this kind of thing? Do I play okay at this level? That's what I'm mainly going to find out. Because what poker can be is a long-term game, you know. I might not do anything the whole summer, but I might play well enough that eventually, if I keep at it, one day I might come home with that big score, you know, that £1,000 thing. And I also have the target of trying to get more than £150, which is my highest cash finish in any poker game I've ever played so far. That's the most I've ever won in a single night, £150. So it'd be nice to break that at some point. That might be a sort of minimum target. But, you know, I'm looking to, like, smash it by a lot. Like, get into the top three, maybe bring home £800, £1,000, £1,200, something like that. But we'll see. So expect me to be blogging quite a bit on the poker discussion section of my Discord about all my poker visits over the summer, as and when they happen. Other than that, in terms of the online stuff, I'm down to $30 on the online account. I will try and practice on this when I can. I did actually play in two 25-cent games just to round out the cash a little bit, down to $30, and I didn't place in the money in either of them, but I played okay in both. I'm not sure if there will be a lot of online poker streams, but there might be in the build-up to the regional final, which is on September 1st. So there'll probably be some build-up up to that. That will be in the last week of the summer break, which will be around this time, because September 1st is the regional final. So this week will probably be a bit of a build-up to that in particular. Especially since all the poker games and the casinos stopped being my price level at that point, so I'll be a little more focused on that. But we'll see. The online poker stream will occasionally trickle in from time to time, and I'll try and do some of the stuff off stream as well to keep my practice up and see if I can hack it, you know. So yeah, that's where I stand with the poker. And also, one thing I have been doing, as well, as part of a workbook I am going through to help me with some things and give me some math, is I have been starting to work through this book, which I bought a few months back by James Splits. I'm sure I've shown this book before, but it talks a bit about math and pre-flop calculations, about ranges, stuff like that, which is, there's a lot of maths involved in poker, whether you like it or not, and this is a workbook I've started to get through, and I'll be working through this over the summer as well to learn about different concepts and things like that, the more mathematical side of the game, which will be useful in different spots. You know, I mean, I'm more of a gut feeling type player than just maths, although I do know some of the maths, but I've got a lot to learn. You know, I don't like learning maths, but it's part of the game. So I'll be working through this as well. This will hopefully give me a hand. So there's that. Let me put it over there. So yeah, that's all in regards to that for the poker side of things. So now I move on to, well, if you're familiar with the sweepstakes, you probably know what's coming up now. You probably know what's about to arrive on the screen, I suspect. Oh, up to 12 viewers now. Nice. Just let it load in. There's actually been some slightly good news on this front. Slightly good news for the moment. Oh, yes. It's Dead by Daylight time. Good old Dead by Daylight. Depop is vomiting up. Well, I like to follow a bit of a pattern. Sorry, Depop. I don't intend to stop playing this game anytime soon. I'm afraid. As long as you don't have to play, as long as you can just watch from a distance as I play it and enjoy it and get frustrated with it. I'm actually in a bit of a quiet period of this game right now for the next few days. I have actually achieved everything that is available at the moment. So it's a bit of a quiet lull until the 6th. So yeah, in terms of Dead by Daylight, there's been a few things that have come out recently. There has been, of course, the... Oh yeah, I'm sort of hoarding blood points at the moment for the upcoming Castlevania chapter. Say hi to Elodie with a cute little hairpiece, which is really, really cute. The actual full outfit is this one. It's the best head cosmetic that Elodie has received, but I don't like to pair it with what the full thing is. So I've been sort of just doing it with this combo, which looks nice. But anyway, not really showing off Elodie at this moment. What I want to talk about...
This doesn't look right.
Oh, sorry, I'll come back to try it again. Okay, thank you. So yeah, the Lara Croft DLC came out. Colourful balloons. Yeah, that was the anniversary. That was last month. 2 months ago now? Yeah, it'd be 2 months. So yeah, Lara Croft came out. Just a survivor-only DLC. Now, I've not been playing a lot of the base game, so I've not seen a massive amount of these perks around, to be honest. I think some people do use Hardened for the anti-scream, because it's kind of like Calm Spirit, the upgraded version, to be honest. Which is interesting. But other than that, I've not seen a lot of these perks really get a ton of use or mention. Again, this is probably useful for some folk builds, but I don't really run those. There's probably some content creators that will probably tell you Finesse is great, but I think Harden is the only one that sort of regularly comes across. We created a drawing of the kids who worked here, mate. Oh yeah, that. Yeah, her British accent in the game is interesting, her voice lines are interesting. She's an alright Survivor edition. She's not quite as cool as some of the others they've released recently, like Sable. But she's alright. She seems to fit the universe quite well, though, you know. The model looks nice, and the voice lines are okay. She's not too bad. The Survivor thing is fine. Whatever. So, yeah. There's also a Castlevania chapter coming out on August the 6th, I think. I mean, they're either announcing something then, but they're going to be doing a Castlevania chapter for the game. And that's, I think, coming out on the 6th, but I've not heard anything about it. I think we might just be learning about the chapter on that time, but I'll just have a quick check. I don't think anything's been announced by that, but I could be wrong. Yeah, just a teaser and nothing else. I think the PTB has come out. It looks like there's some sound lines of Dracula's coming out. So I guess maybe it might be a release on... But we've not had anything really much. Just... There's a Castlevania update coming out. And I think the PTB might be ongoing-ish at the moment. But obviously I don't look at the PTB. I've not seen any sort of other stuff come up, so it might be later in the month that we get the Castlevania update, but I think it is coming out at some point in August, so there will be a Castlevania content update. As you do. I mean, you could as well add the Indiana Jones DVD or Quartermain. Horror plays a role in Warcraft when it's secondary role, primary adventure, exploration, archaeology, which I think it's more because you're a survivor. This is the remake Warcraft, not the original, who had to go through a horrendous ordeal before she became this gritty survivor. I think that's what they were going for when they put her in the game. But I take your point. So that's why she's in. There you go. But obviously the big thing that has been out recently is, of course, this new Thundermin outfit. Nah, I'm just kidding, it's not bad. But is the 2v8 mode, which is the big, new, impressive deal of the game. You know, this game mode has taken the game by storm. It has been a big, big deal in the game. It's been out for a bit now, to the point where there's 2 levels of tome. I've actually completed the tomes. Oh, by the way, notice that the tomes spell out the letters 2 and 8. Get it? 2 and 8? Isn't that awesome? Oh yeah, I've also done all the stuff in the current level, so I'm waiting 9 days for the next update now. This is where I'm at. I've done everything. Everything's been completed. Yeah. But yeah, the 2v8 has been the big sort of update for this game. Turkish horror. Well, maybe they will eventually, when they run out of IPs to make money off. So yeah, 2v8's been kind of the big deal, and it has been very impressive, honestly. The 2v8 mode has been a lot of fun, especially on the killer side. And I can inform you that although when I was doing the 2v8 stream on Sunday, I had to wait 15 minutes in the queue, I can tell you right now that the queues for killer have gone a lot better. They seem to be down to about 5 to 10 minutes now. So the killer queues have definitely improved. There's still a bit of a wait. A lot of people want to play killer, but it's gotten better since I did that first impression stream a week ago. So it's been really fun, and obviously it's been incredible to sort of play as the different killers, and you know, you can only play as 5 different killers at the moment, but it's been very impressive. The game mode in general, it's been fun on both sides. It's a nice chaotic game mode to the game. You know, the survivors and run around and do things in massive groups. The classes have been interesting. It's a lot of fun, and I actually really enjoy the game mode. It's very simple in a way, but it's fun. You know, and playing as the killer with a teammate is just incredibly cool experience. It really does feel like a really interesting new game mode that they can keep expanding on and adding more killers, more maps, a few more tweaks here and there. Oh, definitely. Even playing solo queue killer is just way more fun. I mean, it's been a fantastic addition to the game. It's by far the best game mode they've released so far. You know, I also forgot to mention about Chaos Shuffle when I was going through the previous game modes. I mentioned Lights Out, Maltaloni, and the anniversary thing. I forgot about Chaos Shuffle, where all the perks get randomized. That was pretty decent too. I wish they'd bring that back or make it an option for some lobbies. But this 2v8 is fantastic. It really is fun. It's really cool. Looping around killers on the bigger maps, looping around 2 killers sometimes at the same time and outplaying them both. I did in that one game near the end of the 2v8. It was oh, sorry, not a 2v8, it was a chill stream actually I did. We ended up playing as that anyway. When you have fine-tuned perks like in Debbie Day and increase the number of killers, this should enable interesting new combinations. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not the same because you can't use perks. Your powers have a team element. There's obviously a lot of work that will need to be done in balancing every single one of the new killers. Like, you know, how would you implement the Myers' tier system? How would you implement Bubba as a spin around chainsaw killer? How would you implement the Hag's teleports? How would you implement killers that rely on hexes to do things sometimes, you know? There's certainly a lot of different mechanics that would have to be tweaked for adjusted for team play as well. I mean, what would you do with the Pyramid Head's ability to put people in cages when the entire mode is about cages anyway? You know, there's a lot of work that would need to be done. And it could well be they don't use licensed killers for this mode. Perhaps it just becomes an original killer-only thing, so you might not see any licensed killers. But there's certainly plenty of options down that route as well. You get a lot of Huntresses in this mode if you play a Survivor. Huntress is a very popular pick, it seems, for a killer in this mode. And then it just tends to be Huntress and someone else. Sometimes you get other combos, but Huntress is very popular in this mode. And it's just really fun. There's just great chaos to be had where you charge into a group of like 4 or 5 survivors and you have to scatter like rats. It's like, which one do you go after? It's just glorious, chaotic fun. You know, something that the base game isn't really, unless like you get a fun killer or a tightly balanced game. It's just stress-free. It's like really casual, really fun mode, and it's a shame it's time limited. But this mode will probably come back, and hopefully it comes back permanently next time and stays as a mode that could be an ongoing beta test. I mean, certainly based on the popularity of this mode, going back to the base game after this will be a bit of a slight downgrade, because this mode is so much fun that it makes the base game look a bit flat, honestly, sometimes. I mean, I've been able to play the base game a little bit during this period, but there have been queues on that too, because not a lot of people are playing the main mode. The killer queues in the normal mode, when we're doing the other tome challenges, have been about as long as you get here, sometimes, honestly. Yeah, it's never been about strict balancing, but this mode is fun. You know, you get to play killer with a friend. How cool is that of an experience? I'm going to try and play a couple more games on this mode before the time limit expires, because who knows, it might never return. But I don't think this mode will be gone. I think they'll come back to this mode every couple of months with a few new killers, a few tweaks. Because right now, totems don't do anything in this mode. So totems don't have any purpose right now. They could add maybe a buff class. Maybe someone that buffs totems, and you can put them out to provide buffs for survivors or something. You know, it's just incredibly fun to play both sides of this mode. Even survivor side is fun. I just think killer side is way more fun because of this, how fun it is to coordinate attacks with a teammate. You strike there, now pincer them, bam! Use your powers and good combos, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's just brilliant. I've really, really enjoyed this mode, and a lot of people have really, really enjoyed this mode, and that's all I can really say about it. It's just been incredibly fun, yeah, you get a team skill for every killer. So the Wraith, for example, can cloak their teammate when they're cloaked within 60 meters. The innate skill is basically a bunch of add-ons stuck together. A killer skill is any targeted survivors are revealed when you chase them, or until the killer's been 60 meters. And when you kick a gen, you get nowhere to hide. You get kind of one innate team skill, and then the innate skill is kind of they just slap some cool add-ons together. Yeah, I mean, obviously you've no perks, no add-ons to worry about, no offerings, so it's just a very simple mode. So every killer has to be balanced to be good at base kit level, which is interesting. I was actually about to hop off, but I was kind of hoping to show a game as well, just to show you. As you can see, the queue there, that was about, what, 5 minutes of queue? 5 minutes, 6 minutes? A lot less than what was happening in my first impressions. And we got a Huntress as our teammate. So I guess I get to show you a quick match. I only do one, don't worry. Having people choose could get rough. Yeah, it definitely could. But I definitely think there is it's Huntress romance already. Stop it. I mean, I'd be fascinated to see what they decide to do after this mode is ended, what they say. I mean, obviously they'll want to be talking about Castlevania and probably the summer event that's to come. There'll probably be a summer event as well, some summer barbecue stuff or whatever. But this mode was so much fun that I don't think people want it to stay away. They'll probably have to announce something quite quickly. I mean, they might announce like, oh, we're going to bring 2v8 back for the October stuff, where we'll have like 3 or 4 extra killers put in the pool. Yeah, Shakara's evening is set. Are you still cleaning, by the way, Maddock, or have you finished that now? It has been an hour. But yeah, the killer queue is an hour less. About half the time that wasn't my first impression. So, if you ever wanted to play this game with a friend on Killer Side, you got about 4 or 5 days to do so. And then, after that, well, just pray they bring the mode back because it's so much fun. So I can cloak the Huntress right now. Well, she's about very useful. Let's go and find some nice survivors to go and pester. Oh. I'm sure I heard one. There's only 5 maps at the moment as well, but that's fine. These maps are also bigger and have a lot more pallets to compensate for the yeah, so you can see here, I can pick this, any nearby survivors are revealed, that's nowhere to hide, basically, being used as a team skill kind of thing. When you chase a survivor, they are initially revealed for a few seconds. As you can see here, we go. There we go, there's some teamwork. Set this player. And we can. Damn it. He's in a bit of a pickle here, but let's just kick this out. Get some visibility. Oh, oh, there's a different player. Oh, that's a Meg. It's a Meg. Meg. She goes. Kind of like playing away from this mode, even though it's not the strongest sometimes. No one's here. Let's move on. Oh, that's a bird, I think. Oh. Oh boy. Look at this, there's 4 of them. And a cutie. Come here, cutie. Come here, cutie. Come here, cutie. Down you go, Gary. You were the unlucky one. Oh. Looks like they were healing over here. Why aren't you putting them on the hook? You don't hook people in this game mode. You put them in cages. There's so many of them around this area. Oh my god, I'm going to be kicking them deal them again. Do have to fool this player. You do not hook people in this mode. You put people in a cage. It's basically the same as Pyramid Head's cage mechanic, but for everyone. You stomp the ground, they go. Oh boy, we caught ourselves a new one. You're not getting that done quickly. Yeah, no basement. There is a basement in the game. You can go to the basement if you want to. It's just... That was pretty used to the loop. Yeah, so she goes to a cage. Somewhere on the other side of the map. You don't see the cage. It's not meant to. And a survivor can take her out of the cage and free her. Not doing too bad so far. Let's see if we can. Let's get some teamwork going here as we approach this. Oh, she's using the escapist sprint burst. It will not save you. Oh, that was close. Oh, she's in trouble. Oh, punch her. So on the other side. There we go. Nice. Wow, I've got most of it down so far. Oh. A bit unlucky to run into me there. Oh wow, Shifty went through that. I thought she was going to play around with it. That's show mercy. That's like going to show her mercy. And the fucking huntress just comes in with the hatchet. Like, no mercy! Die, your wife! Oh my god. What are you doing? Oh, that was so well timed. I was about to leave as well. See what I mean? This mode is just full of goofy fun. Oh, this oh, we got the very loneliest of hits. I'm so sorry, cutie. You must go to the cage again. Oh no, she was the first dead. Oh well, there's only 7 more to go. Finally, he's gonna be there. Oh, come on. Go, go, go! Get it! Get it! There's no power over here, you're dead. Okay, there was a power, but he didn't make it. That's unlucky. There we go. Oh, no one's there. Oh, thank you for clipping that. Yeah, so that's the cage. If you go near the cage... Okay, the cage is meant to move. But she got her out, so it's fine. Thank you again, Shikar. Yeah, if you go near a cage, like with the pyramid head and the cage mechanic, the survivor cage moves somewhere else, so you can't count the cages. I'm gonna kick this a bit. I know where to hide. Oh, okay. There we go. Looks like the Huntress is... Oh wow, that was 2 dead players. Huntress is pulling some work. Hey, so A6. We were just chatting about Tomb Raider for a little bit. She actually has a base kit borrowed time for being unhooked, so she won't get anything anyway. He's dead. Second kill. And I've performed. Oh, here's the Kate. Oh, she hit the tire. Might have smashed this. Oh. Actually, the Hunters can take her. Oh, maybe. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No, you don't! Oh wow, that was good. Wait, he put an A up. A little bit of lag in the game. Helping us out. Yeah, this is Dead by Daylight, so 86. This is a 2v8 mode. I was just talking about it at this point, the sweet state, but thankfully a game arrived and got to play. Okay, yeah, I think we've won this one. That might actually be a kill as well, so... Oh no, we're not on hatchets yet, are we? Sorry, hatchets? I meant hatches. Alright, she's gonna have to drop this power. Oh shit, she ran this way. Nice, good job. I think this will be at least 2 clear down at this point. Okay, it's hatch time. Look for the 3 hatches. Oh. Oh, I found one. One hatch. Never mind the coward. Got to find hatches. So 3 hatches spawn, by the way, not 1 as in most games. You get 3. Cage is dead. Actually, I think the cage, yeah. 1 survivor left. Oh, she's actually found him. I should probably go and help her. Yeah, let's go help. Let's go help. Oh, Meg. And that's the game. Well done. You did good. Yeah, the maps are bigger. They're much bigger. They're probably about a half size bigger. That was good. Very good game, that. Very enjoyed. One thing I'd like to have actually be able to see on this screen is at the end of the game how many hook states each of the killers had. It'd be nice if there was like a tally, right? You can obviously see in the game with the segments that are red for you, orange for the killer. But I think it'd be kind of nice as a tally at the end, showing how many people got the cage states in both the people, so you can sort of compare who got more downs or hook states or cage states, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, the Huntress is very popular in this mode. You will pretty much play against a Huntress as a survivor 9 out of 10 times. I'm not sure why this is. I'm guessing the Huntress is just very, very good in this mode. But maybe Dead by Daylight hits it different at 12 AM for me, yeah. Definitely. But this is really fun. Mode. I mean, you could just see how much fun I was having with that. You know, different killers. Obviously, Trapper, you can set up traps and try and trap people. Rave's more of an ambush killer. Hillbilly is about getting exposed, and Mobility Nurse is blinking and breaking loops apart, and Huntress is ranged area denial. It just plays differently when you play as all the killers in this mode. And as survivors too, you got the skills of the survivors, of course, which is really nice as well. Obviously, each of the...
This doesn't look right.
Yeah, thanks, Laura. So you got the medics who heal people. The scouts are really useful for detecting killers. Very handy. Guides to show where gens are, and escapists with that well-timed sprint boost can save you from a situation. Definitely is useful to have a few of these in the team. You know, you got these little classes, which is really nice. You don't have to worry about perks or add-ons. You just do your best that you can. And that's also nice as well. Playing Survivor in this mode is quite fun as well. For the game, it is quite fun to do as well. And it's just as chaotic, just being on the Survivor side. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more 2v8 in the future. I hope that they do bring it back quite soon. And the Castlevania chapter hopefully will be good. So yeah, that's about my thoughts on the DVD stuff. Okay. That's pretty much it for most of the Sweet State. So just to go over a quick recap of the Sweet State, perhaps for Salt A6's benefit. I went to the dentist on Monday and got my teeth sorted at an expensive £1,500 plus price. I'm on a summer break now until September 2nd, so I've got the whole of August to relax. I've had my family over last week pretty much. I have not regretted quitting Twitter. I gave some thoughts on Twisters and Deadpool and Wolverine. Go and watch Deadpool and Wolverine if you've not seen it already. It is fucking awesome. Go and watch it. It is great. I talked about my next streaming projects, Hooked on You and Corruption Cards with Vanilla Doom. So I'll be playing those over the summer. Spooktober planning will start next month. I showed 1 or 2 games that might make the cut for that. The Iron Man is out. Overboard, the Iron Eagle I'm waiting for. If the Iron Eagle does come out tomorrow, I will play that tomorrow night. If not, I will probably do some playtesting. I basically just want to get the monthly playtesting and the Iron Man's done at the start of the month, and then the rest of the month to be completely free for playing poker and doing other stuff. I'm thinking of poker. I'm going to be doing a lot of casino games over the summer, hopefully. I will be, which probably means some streaming nights I'll be at a casino instead of here. You'll hear about that on my Discord. Hopefully I'll do well in one or two of those, but we'll see. I've got a regional final on the September 1st to look forward to. I got a workbook I'm working through to learn some more skills for poker. And obviously I watch some training videos and keep up to try and study the game as best I can. Dead by Daylight 2v8 mode is awesome. Castlevania chapter is coming out some point in August. Tomb Raider DLC was okay. Lara Croft is a fine addition to the game, I think. Skill-wise, doesn't bring anything, but the character is okay. So, at this point in this sweet state, I now... Oh, you played poker last night? Oh, nice. Was it a cash game, or a tournament, or a home game, or something like that? Yeah, I've enjoyed poker for quite a few years in the past, but I've only really started playing it regularly and a bit more seriously after the pandemic, funnily enough. Because I did used to play in the pub leagues for years. I'd be on and off. Sometimes I'd be interested, and sometimes I'd just stop playing for a bit. But I really started to gain an interest in poker properly after the pandemic when we were all out back out again. And I just kind of kept at it and really want to go to casinos now. It's the big thing I want to do over the summer. Before to catching poker here. Well, I don't really do a lot of poker streams. I do have a PokerStars account, and I do sometimes do the odd online poker thing. You might get the odd one of that. But I'm really thinking to do... Oh, right, okay. There's a free-to-play game, Prominence Poker. Fair enough. So, yeah, it's time for audience questions. So if there's anything you want to ask about what I've talked about in the Sweet State, or anything in general, you want to talk about the channel, or anything you'd like to ask me, now is your chance to do so. So fire away with any questions you may have. Shakar actually has a question for once. Gasp! Whatever could it be? Go ahead, Shakar. What is your question? And that's also for all the other... any other viewer or worker watching. If there's any question you ever want to ask about anything, now's the chance. Not about Dark Tide, you nerd. Oh. Yeah. Maybe she won't tell us what her question is. Well, then I'll never have an answer. So. Fucking typing, goddammit. Oh, no, Matt's putting the pressure on now. Putting the pressure on. So, I have bonus gated myself out a bit and started playing Divinity 2. And I was wondering if you remember what your favourite skills were. Oh, from Divinity's Original Sin 2. I played the co-op of that like last year. I think I played as a rogue in that game. Yeah, I played as a rogue, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I played as a rogue because I remember like I could backstab and stuff like that. I seem to remember that one of the useful skills that one of my friends had, hey, Pinchy Scree, finished another Doom map last night. 2 new ones now. Oh, nice, for the thingy of magic that you're working on, isn't it? Wow, it's the 3rd bot of the night. And Shakara's been on point. Yeah, you get so many skill books. I'm trying to remember what I had in my Divinity build. I played as an assassin rogue, if I remember correctly. I think one of the skills that I had was fucking hell, what was it? There was a summoner skill that could summon like a minion or something, like not like a totem. I think it was kind of like not a totem, but something like a minion you could summon, and that was useful sometimes. No, not Bone Widow. I think they were like an elemental summoner. Incarnate, that was it. Yeah, they were useful sometimes. They could sometimes be like really tanky as an extra. Well, they're like different things they could summon. They were useful. I'm just trying to remember anything I had from my rogue playthrough. Oh, wasn't there an ability that like gives you 2 extra points of action points? You could only spend it like once in a while though, or something. Adrenaline, that was it. Yeah, I remember like that was really useful for like setting up combos. Like you spend your AP, then you'd hit adrenaline, and you'd have 2 extra AP, and you could use it to extend a combo or something like that. Yeah. And then like the idea was as an assassin you try and get behind players, you backstab them, you have the little combo. I can't remember a lot of the skills because it was like a year ago I did the playthrough. But I remember that was useful. There was a I think there was also I can't remember. I think there was like some kind of teleport skill that was quite useful as well. I'm sorry, I really can't remember what other skills from the game, unfortunately, Shakar. I just remember adrenaline and like there was some teleport thing and a lot of the skills were like backstabbing. Yeah, that was it. There was one where you could teleport behind someone and do damage, and that would allow you to sort of increase distance as well. But yeah, sorry, I play as a rogue. I don't remember a lot of the skills, but I remember it was pretty fun. Like I was pretty much like the glass cannon-ish, but I could sometimes take out a person in one strike if I got the hits that I needed. So it was useful. The main thing I remember is that fire was used a lot in the game. You had a lot of fire. Fire, 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 fire. And occasionally death fog. But yeah, I'm glad that you're working well on the maps, Pinchy. Hope you've had a good weekend so far. No one just made me wondering, yeah. Fair enough. Oh, I'm tired. Ugh. Ways RPGs are way different today than OG D&D was today. Simple talking about. So, yeah. Are there any other questions that anyone wants to ask about anything at all? Question: how is the weather? It's fucking hot here, and I hear in Denmark too. The weather has been quite warm here recently. We were supposed to have a thunderstorm, but it never arrived. I think it's a little cooler now than it was, but it's generally been quite pleasant and summery at the moment. I think that's going to change going into next week, but there is some sunshine to come. But it has been quite hot at times, for sure. That's honestly how Divinity 2 is, yeah. Yeah, staying in elements is not inherently dangerous by itself. It depends what combos you do with the system, which was really fun. Like, a lot of fights would go very differently depending on what you interacted with. And I like the fighting system in Divinity. It was pretty fun. Especially in co-op mode. So it is quite hot. For me, it's when you simply can't avoid sweating for most of the day. That's my threshold when it's too hot for me. When you sweat for the night as well, that's too much hot for me. Yeah, sweating for the night is not fun. You know. Exploding explode everything and now end up shit and sun on top of it. Yeah, that sounds like what happened. Honestly, in quite a few of the games when we did the co-op session. Yeah, I prefer heat to ice cold though. At least in the heat you can go out in it, you can walk in it, you can enjoy it. I prefer that to like ice where it's too fucking cold and you can't go outside without slipping over every 5 feet, on the pavements. Yeah, you can die in both really, but the difference is in ice, in ice the streets become death traps sometimes, and walking around is a pain. It's like, oh, I just want to walk out and go somewhere. Nope. The pavements are now icy and you could slip and fall. Stay the fuck inside, peasant. I'm just so happy you decided to look into corruption cards. Very looking forward to those streams, and hoping you should be nice looking too. Yeah, I mean, people have been badgering me for corruption cards and playing more mods of Doom instead of just playing WOD after WOD after WOD. You know, and also people saying, like, don't just play the very basic WODs, play the total conversions, play something that makes it feel a bit less doomy some of the time, you know. I mean, I do have a lot of different avenues I could go down Doom-wise, and not enough time to really go down all of them, you know. But, you know, I respect that quite a few people over the years have asked for more mods, more TCs, and I'm going to start doing that. I mean, Doom Infinite is also going to be on the cards at some point as well, which is another one that people have mentioned. And I do remember seeing the early workthroughs of that on Twitch when the creator was working through that. So just make sure to wear good one. No, I don't like the ice. I don't like icy days. I've recently seen a YouTube video about Doom mods that change the game fundamentally, like making it arch-nested or a turn-based combat game. I was wondering if I should post it on your channel, but I think that's not really what you're looking for, right? I mean, you could post it if you want. If you wanted to show it off to people, sure. A turn-based game. Yeah, I have something like the isometric one. The isometric perspective stuff that you showed the other time, and I did look at the video for that. It seemed kind of interesting that the isometric sort of approach was done on the Doom engine. It's kind of interesting to... I mean, I've seen that Doom is a 3D platform, for God's sake, using the GZ Doom, like a really old-fashioned 3D, weird 3D Doom, a 3D platformer type thing, you know. You could do quite a bit with the GZ Doom engine if you're so inclined, at least. I think it's good thing I'm going to shave tomorrow. There's also several mods that make a Mario Kart style racing game out of Doom, complete with all the enemies and cute little racing cars. Yeah, Sonic racing. I've seen a few of those. They've been around for a while. There's been like the Sonic racing one. I can't remember its name. One I played as a request a few years back. That's been around for a little bit. So that's not new. I mean, and Fuzzball played one of those for a bit. She'd be able to tell you a bit about that kind of stuff. She loves those kart racing games. If she was here right now, she's not working in the chat somewhere. She's playing more on Jimmy's Discord right now, to be honest. Oh, sure, I'm just really tired. I don't know why. Watching 2 films, I guess, recently is... Yeah, you could put it in that section. That would be the section in the Discord, yeah. You could put it in maps and mods if you wanted to, man. Go ahead, go wild. So, any other questions from anyone, or is that it for tonight? Just going to close Steam off, I think. Another awesome sweets, Dave. Thanks for the stream. I got nothing. Whoa. Thanks for the wooing and streaming. Alright, well, I guess if that's it from the chat, then so be it. So my next stream will be tomorrow. It will either, as I've said, be the Iron Man runs, if the Iron Eagle is out by then, or if the Iron Eagle is not out, it will be the monthly playtesting session, with then the Iron Man to follow the day after that. So, depending on which way round it goes, there will be some Doom stuff for the next 2 streams. And then after that, I will obviously get started on corruption cards and Hooked on You over the next couple of weeks. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow for something Doom related. Have a good night and take care.